Welcome to the Best Startup Idea Ever podcast, where ideas that seem simple often carry extraordinary creativity. Today, we'll explore 3 innovations from 3 very different fields: Clean Cube, a smart storage solution for modern living; Clean Bottle, a self-cleaning water bottle for those who value purity; and Classroom Jams, school music that inspires both teachers and students. Each story delivers a powerful message. Sometimes, a small improvement is enough to change the way we live, learn, and connect with the world. Story 1. Imagine you live in an apartment in the middle of a busy city. You need to send something to a friend, or you're expecting a package, but you're not home. Maybe you're at the office. Maybe you're out of town. So, how can you send or receive things safely without being there? That's where Clean Cube comes in, a smart solution for this very common modern problem. Think of it like a digital doorman, a secure, shared locker system that helps people store and exchange packages, personal items, or deliveries easily, even when no one is home. At its core, Clean Cube is a smart locker system placed inside apartment buildings or residential complexes. These lockers connect to your phone through a mobile app. You can use them to receive deliveries, send items, or even leave something for a neighbor or friend, all with just a few taps on your screen. You don't need to meet anyone. You don't need to plan around someone else's schedule. All you need is a code, scan it, and the locker opens. That's it. What makes Clean Cube really stand out is its focus on safety and security. Each locker is assigned to a specific user, and only that person can open it. Every action is tracked: who opened the locker, when it was opened, and for how long. This helps avoid lost items, misdelivered packages, or stolen goods, problems that many city dwellers know all too well. But Clean Cube isn't just about deliveries. It's also about sharing resources in a smart way. Let's say you want to give a friend your house key, but you're not home. You can just leave the key in a locker and send them the code. Need to return something to a coworker after hours? Want to send a small gift to someone who lives in your building? Or maybe you're lending a charger, a book, or even some tools to a neighbor. Clean Cube makes all of that easy and private. It's a system built for busy lives, especially in high-density cities, where people don't always have time to wait for deliveries or meet face-to-face. Having a secure, flexible way to store and share items solves a lot more problems than it might seem at first. So what's the startup lesson here? You don't always need a huge or flashy idea to build a strong business. Sometimes, the best ideas come from small, everyday frustrations. Things like, I hate missing deliveries. Or, I wish I could leave something for a friend without waiting around. These are small problems, but they're real. And when solved in a smart, user-friendly way, they can turn into big opportunities. Clean Cube found one of those opportunities, and they did it not with a complicated product, but with a simple, reliable system that people actually use. Their success shows us that convenience and trust go hand in hand. People want products that make life easier. But more importantly, they want products they can count on. So if you're thinking about launching your own business, try this. Look around at the little tasks you repeat every week. What slows you down? What annoys you? Where do you wish things worked just a bit more smoothly? Because often, those everyday annoyances are the doorway to something bigger. Clean Cube started with lockers. You might start with an idea just as small, and just as powerful. Story 2. There's one thing almost all of us have experienced before. You open your water bottle, take a sniff, and notice a strange smell. It doesn't matter if it's filtered water, bottled water, or even boiled water. If the bottle hasn't been cleaned well, or if the water sits too long, it can start to smell unpleasant. And let's be honest, no one wants to drink from a bottle that smells bad. That's exactly the problem that Clean Bottle set out to solve, with a product that's simple in concept but incredibly useful in everyday life. The idea? A smarter bottle that keeps your water clean, fresh, and odor-free every single day. Unlike regular water bottles, Clean Bottle is equipped with UVC technology. This means it uses a special type of light to kill bacteria, viruses, and odor-causing germs inside the bottle. With just the press of a button, the UVC light activates, cleaning the inside of the bottle in just a few minutes. What you get is water that tastes fresh, and a bottle that stays cleaner for longer. No weird smells. No hidden germs. No second guessing. But Clean Bottle isn't just about the inside. It's also built with convenience in mind. The design is sleek and compact. It fits easily into your backpack, gym bag, car cup holder, or even on your desk at work. Whether you're going to the gym, school, the office, or just staying at home, this is a bottle you can carry anywhere. And it's not just made for athletes or health fanatics. Clean Bottle is for anyone who cares about the quality of their drinking water, which, let's face it, should be all of us. In a world where health, hygiene, and safety are more important than ever, even something as basic as a water bottle deserves a second look. Now, here's where the startup lesson comes in. Clean Bottle didn't invent water bottles. They didn't create an entirely new way to drink water. What they did was take a common product and make it better, cleaner, smarter, more reliable. And that's a powerful reminder for anyone thinking about starting a business. You don't always need a brand new idea to make an impact. Sometimes, improving something simple, something we all use, is enough to reach millions of people. Clean Bottle is a great example of this mindset. It's not a product that's going to change the world overnight. But it's a product that makes everyday life just a little bit easier, and that's worth a lot. So if you're brainstorming your next big idea, maybe start by looking at the little things you do every day. Ask yourself, is there something here that could be improved? Is there a smarter, safer, or more convenient way to do this? Because sometimes, the smartest business ideas don't come from what's new, they come from what's better. Clean Bottle found that opportunity. Maybe your idea is right in front of you too, in something you already use, something you already know, but just haven't reimagined yet. Story 3. When people think about education, they often imagine textbooks, whiteboards, and long hours of lectures. But Mark Furigay had a different vision, fresh, energetic way to teach, using music. He created a company called Classroom Jams, a unique educational project that turned lessons into songs. The idea was simple, but powerful. Instead of asking students to just read or memorize, why not let them sing to learn? Classroom Jams produced a collection of CDs filled with educational songs. Each song was designed to teach specific topics like history, grammar, or science, using catchy rhythms and easy-to-remember lyrics. Along with the CDs, Mark also created teaching guides to help educators use the music effectively in the classroom. The goal was to make learning fun. To help students not just remember facts, but actually enjoy the process. This idea brought Mark to the stage of Shark Tank, where he pitched Classroom Jams as a full teaching kit. The package included over 30 CDs and learning materials, priced at $500 per set. That's not a small amount, but Mark believed the value of bringing music into classrooms was worth every penny. However, things didn't go exactly as planned. Even though the idea was creative and full of potential, Classroom Jams didn't succeed the way Mark had hoped. After more than 10 years, the company shut down. It didn't manage to scale or reach a wide enough audience of schools and teachers across the country. Why? There could be many reasons. Maybe the price was too high for schools or parents. Maybe the company didn't have the right marketing strategy. Maybe the education system wasn't ready to adopt something this different at the time. Whatever the reason, the outcome was clear: a great idea alone is not enough. And that's the first important lesson here. You can create a wonderful, meaningful product, but if people don't see the value, or if the pricing and business model don't work, it will be hard to succeed. The second lesson is about the balance between creativity and practicality. Mark was clearly passionate and full of ideas, and that's a great place to start. But building a long-term business also needs realistic thinking, adaptability, and the willingness to adjust your model when needed. Maybe Classroom Jams could have worked better if it had launched with a lower-cost digital version, or if it had started small by partnering with individual schools and teachers first. The idea itself wasn't the problem, the execution just didn't match the market conditions. And finally, the third lesson is about legacy. Even when a project doesn't reach its goals, it can still inspire others. Classroom Jams might be gone, but the idea of using music as a learning tool still lives on. Many teachers, parents, and students continue to explore music-based learning, and perhaps someone listening to this podcast will take the idea even further. So what can we take away from Mark's journey? That passion matters. Creativity matters. But turning an idea into a lasting business requires more, like understanding your audience, setting the right price, and being flexible enough to evolve. Maybe your startup idea is bold and different, just like Classroom Jams. If so, don't be afraid to try. Just remember, great ideas need strong foundations to grow. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to bring that next creative solution into the world, in a way that works even better. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you find best idea ever stories inspiring or valuable lessons, please share them with your friends. Don't forget to follow the channel to continue exploring other bold startup journeys with me. See you in the next episode, where every idea, no matter where it comes from, can become the seed of a big dream.